I'm going to show you how to log into the Sharepoint site, and it should be hopefully really easy. So for instance, if you just go into this link here, which is the web address for the top team site, then this screen will upload. So it's a fairly simple website, and the site pages are fairly simple. And the most important thing that we're going to be using is this customer management thing. This bit in the middle, this window here in the middle, is the main kind of window. It's just as like an ordinary website, and then we've got a menu here, or a quick link menu here, and this is standard with SharePoint, and I'm going to leave it there. You can actually hide it if you want to, but I'm going to leave it here because it's quite useful once you understand how SharePoint works and stuff. But you kind of don't want to really use this if you don't understand how it works. This home menu item is the home page, which is the one we're looking at now. You can also get to the home page by clicking here, and also I've left buttons as well for you to get back to the home page to get to here, and you can use these buttons here to navigate your way around the site. The only other interesting thing here is this notebook here, but this button takes you to the notebook too. That's where all of the detail that we're going to be capturing for how we chase these customers is going to be captured. And I appreciate I'm probably going to do more of this than most of you. I know Andreas is sort of actively chasing customers too. This button here takes you to a customer list, which just shows all of the customers that I've come into contact with, and I've made a note of them all here. This is simply a list, and you can add a new item to a list using this button here. It's pretty straightforward. You can also edit the list here by clicking this button here, which gives you this. This is called a quick edit page, and you can kind of just change any of the data you want here. The statuses I've given them, I've just set that these are the sort of 5 different statuses we're allowing, just to give some idea of what the progress is on these customers. And that's really the only extra bit of information that this list gives, and it's supposed to be a quick way of seeing which customers are active or whatever. Okay. So again, I've put these buttons here. So that's the home button, which would have done the same as pressing here actually. And we can press this button or here to go into the notebook. So you saw this is using Microsoft OneNote, which is like everyone who uses it highly recommends it. It's a really very open, easy notebook. So someone said it's a bit like having a lever arch file, and you can have sections in it, and you just put anything you want on there. So you can just write anything what you like. So we can just basically write what we've done with each of these customers. So you've got this column here is a section, and I'd like to leave it just having the one section, which is customers. So I don't think we need to have any other sections in this on this top team website. And here you can add a page. So if you want to add a page, just click there. Whatever you put in the title here will appear as the title for that section, and the section name will appear here. So if I just put gobbledygook here, so that's now appeared here at the bottom. And what I want to do with all of these is keep them in alphabetical order. I'll delete this in a second. I'll actually delete it now. And I can see that I've created these ones and I haven't put them in alphabetical order. So let's put item back up here in alphabetical order. And drop it there. So you have to keep these manually in alphabetical order, but it's not the end of the world really. And ignite as well. Oops. So the idea is to go to these pages and just write down what you've done with each of these customers. You can click back to go here. I've also put some documents onto this website, and the way SharePoint works is we've got one master library of all the documents, but I've created pages, and on these pages I've filtered those documents so that they become grouped together in the by type in a way that I think will be helpful. So if you wanted to look at the template, because you wanted to create, say for instance, a PowerPoint presentation, you just click on that and it opens a PowerPoint presentation. It'll initially open it on the so you edit it online, which is pretty good actually. It does mean you can use it on any device. You can edit it on any device, but you've also got the opportunity when you go there to edit it on your own computer, as long as you've got Microsoft PowerPoint on your computer, and it's pretty seamless. You know, at the end of, if you're, well, I'll show you. So this is it online, and if you want to open it in PowerPoint on your machine, just click this button and it opens it online. It opens it on your machine, which is, I don't need to show you really. Okay. And we can click the home button to go back home. Also on here I've put the customer management documents. That's going to be so that there's one document on there not particularly interesting. I've got other documents we might be interested in, and if anyone wants to create something with a logo on, I've put the logos we've got on here as well, and links as well, which are not documents actually, but so that was the only link I've put on there so far is the blog that Aspect did for us. So that's how it works. What I should show you though is how to log in and out of SharePoint. In fact, at the moment I've logged in as Andreas, so I'll sign out. Okay, so when you first go into Microsoft Office, which is here, because I've already signed in as Andreas before, he's available for me here. So if I type his password, that gets me into Office. But because you haven't paid, or we're not paying an Office 365 subscription for you, you don't see all the buttons that I would see if I signed into Office 365. But you only need to sign into it in order to be able to see the web pages, the SharePoint pages that I've developed. So I'm just going to sign in as me actually for a moment. So you can see these are the extra buttons you get if you have a subscription to Office 365. I'm going to go into SharePoint. This is the shared website that I've built for sharing between ourselves and affiliate, and the idea would be from now on that I build a sites like this for every customer when we start engaging them. And the principal reason for having it is for sharing files with them. And there are two stages really when I need to share files with customers, and they can be big ones, bigger than the limit you've got on email, is while I'm still working with the customer, and afterwards when I'm giving them some sort of support. So so in particular actually there are two advantages with this way of sharing files with customers this way. One is that you overcome the limits that email gives you, but the other thing is actually you're working on them simultaneously, so you can if you're working on something and then you save it, your customer can immediately go into it and open it and work on it further, and when they save it and you open it again, you'll see the changes they've made. In fact, it's even better than that. It doesn't work very well with Excel apparently, but I have tested it with with Word, and it does work with Word. You can actually have the same document open at the same time as you're both updating it at the same time. So you can see why this doesn't work very well with Excel, because Excel has lots and lots of links within the same document. every time you use some cells, for instance, it's essentially a link. But Word doesn't have any of those at all, or very, very few of those. I don't think any. So you can be working on page 4 and someone else can be working on page 1, and when you save it, both changes will be updated at the same time. So that's absolutely fantastic. So particularly for me, there's huge practical advantage of using SharePoint in this way. I've built it very simply. It's rather similar to something I told you about on the Top Team website, in that I've got a list of documents and a list of videos actually as a separate library, which is how these things work. And these two buttons take you to the pages where those things are shown. So this button takes you to the documents. We're not really using this for real yet, so I've only put a couple there for things of interest, and a home button to take you back here. Now, I've taken out this. Do you remember I was talking about the quick link menu on the left here? I've actually taken it out on this website because I really don't want to confuse customers. In fact, it's kind of replaced up here, actually, come to think of it. So it still is available, but it just looks a little bit different. But it's trying to be as simple as possible, and all it is just showing the two things that I'm likely to share with them, which will be general files and videos. So that's it. I think it will be a real improvement and a real improvement to the way we work together. This SharePoint website, or the two SharePoint websites that I've set up, and it really takes us into sort of the 21st century with Microsoft. I think this is the way that things will be going. And as I was saying before, the way that you can interact with your customers is just absolutely superb, and I think it'll really work with the way we do our customer management as well. So thanks for watching, chaps.